Kia ora team. Today we're going to be having a look at critical thinking as part of our Achievement Standard 3.2, which involves analysing a physical skill performed by yourself or others. Critical thinking and critical analysis are terms which are consistently used by academics in explanations of what is required by students in their classwork, as well as in feedback about what is lacking in student assessment. But what is critical thinking or critical analysis? Well, confusingly, it's very hard to define. It can be thought of as better or more rigorous thinking. It has also been described as the intellectually disciplined process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing, applying, analyzing, synthesizing and/or evaluating information gathered from or generalized by observation, experience, reflection, reasoning or communication, as a guide to belief or action or argument. Long-winded, I know, but it's a definition or description that you need to understand. The following image indicates critical thinking and analysis in different contexts. Basically what I want you to take away from this is that critical thinking is something you frequently do in your everyday life. It's not something that is foreign to you or something that you don't know how to do yet. We just need to have an understanding of what it is and how exactly we do it, or how we can be better doing it. So in everyday life we're using critical thinking all the time. Things such as buying your first car, deciding what course you're going to take at university next year, moving out of home, selecting a cell phone package or internet package, for example, or travelling from A to B with time and budget constraints. So all of these decisions that you make require some level or some form of critical thinking, whether or not you realize that or not. While critical thinking is something we all engage in to manage our day-to-day lives, the word critical is commonly thought to have a quite negative meaning. For example, finding fault with someone or something. At university or school, however, critical has a broader meaning. Being critical involves making judgments and evaluations. Making judgments can involve distinguishing between fact and opinion, or evaluating the validity of information sources or the validity of particular theories or their application to particular situations. These judgments need to be well grounded in research, wide reading, and include consideration of all possible viewpoints. Critical thinking in this sense is based on a synthesis of a number of factors and is not just uninformed personal opinion. Critical thinking is integral to education, generally because this is the main way that knowledge is added to a field. While academics in a particular field may agree with the conclusions of a particular piece of research, these conclusions may open up other questions which need to be answered. Only through constant questioning, listed on the slide there, is new knowledge added to a field, allowing for the constant evolution of academic disciplines or pathways. In this way, academic disciplines are constantly evolving. Critical thinking or a critical approach is a desirable skill in all aspects of university or high school work, because this is what will allow your knowledge and skill to develop and evolve. It's necessary in your reading, your note making, your assessment writing, and when you have to present in front of a class. Critical thinking means different things in different disciplines. If you are studying in a health or physical education discipline, for example, you'll be thinking critically when you apply theory to a practical situation and then reflect on what happened as a result of your application of that particular theory. In a discipline which has a less obvious practical application, for example something in social sciences or physics, you'll be thinking critically when you compare and contrast theories with each other, or when you try to work out gaps or flaws in those theories. For many students, criticizing the ideas of people regarded as authoritative in their field may seem to be in conflict with their usual beliefs and behaviors. It may help to think of these critical processes as not directed at individuals, but at things, ideas, or arguments. Such criticisms are not seen then as personal criticisms, but as constructive criticisms or critical comments which require a deeper understanding of a topic and wider appreciation of expansion and improvement in theoretical work. While you may feel this way, your teachers expect that you can do more than just describe a theory or concept in an assessment. In addition to describing, teachers also expect students to analyse and evaluate or judge a concept, or apply a concept or theory to a practical situation. This evaluation or judgment involves deciding which ideas or theories best describe the facts, where ideas or theories are lacking in some way, or where ideas or theories help explain a particular situation, for example, a case study or a particular event. Because critical thinking involves thoughts and processes that are occurring inside your head, for example, processes such as weighing and evaluating evidence, it is not something that can be evaluated easily by others. It is only when you show evidence of critical thinking, for example in an essay or an oral presentation, that others can observe and evaluate evidence of your critical thinking. Critical thinking is occurring and is evident when a student engages in some or all of the following actions listed here that are frequently part of completing an assessment. That bottom left one, it's just been chopped off. It says observing facts, comparing them to hypothesis and assumptions. So have a quick read of each of these examples of processes and actions that you might take during an assessment. Finally, a quick slide on what critical analysis is not. It's not a summary of a text. It is not a descriptive comment on the text. It is not a rehash of the theory that you have learnt in class. And it is not a statement of your own unsupported views. Moving forward, I'd like you to just keep thinking about some of the statements made in this presentation and make sure that closer to assessment time you come and have a look, particularly at some of those example processes and actions, and make sure you're using them in a way that is critical and constructive to the objectives of the assessment.